welcome to Sestra-Tainment. I'm Lenora.
And I'm Dee.
And we're coming to you today in regards to
Everything Entertainment.
And so this week I am going to go first. And so what we are going to talk about, first and foremost, is a show on Peacock called All Her Fault.
All Her
Now, when I tell you this show was one of the better shows that I have seen this year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. So it is not a watch it or nah. It's a
watch it.
Watch it, please. It's
so it can have another
really
season?
I don't think it didn't seem like the kind of show
like
that would have more than one season. They pretty much tied everything up with a bow. And I like that about it, actually. But, so All Your Fault, let me go through the cast. So the cast has Sarah Snook in it. Now, I personally don't recall her from anything else, but she was in Succession. So if anybody watched Succession, she was, I think, one of the sisters in Succession. She was in some other things, but I don't think it's anything that people pretty much know about. Then you have Jake Lacy. Now, Jake Lacy... so let me go back. Sarah Snook, she actually played the wife. So the wife is Marissa. Her husband, Peter, is Jake Lacy. Jake Lacy, you would know from different things. And you just know his face. It's so hard to explain who he is, but it's like a friend of the family, which I watched on Peacock, which was the girl who got kidnapped.
There's a lot of people that you know that are secondary.
And White Lotus.
He was in White Lotus.
Yeah, so, but when you see his face, you're like, oh, yeah, I've seen that guy before. That guy from that thing. Dakota Fanning is in here, so she plays Jenny. You have Sophia Lillis, who plays Carrie. Michael Pena, you see him on a lot of things, too. So he was in Ant-Man. He's in End of Watch. He was in
I love
Chips.
him. He plays funny parts. He's
he's been in
actor.
a whole lot of different things. Dora the Explorer, he's in a lot of stuff, so you'll definitely recognize him. He plays Detective McConville. And then you have Abby Elliott, who plays Leah. Jay Ellis, who was in Insecure, he plays Colin. And then you have, it's a lot of people. So, but basically that's kind of the gist of the plot. So, or the gist of the people. So you have this husband and wife, and it really starts off kicking you right into what's going on. So you have the wife who's going to ring a doorbell at somebody's house. And she's like, hey, I'm here to pick up Milo. And the lady who opens the door, older lady, she's like, excuse me? And she said, yeah, somebody told me that they dropped my son off here. I got this text from a new friend of mine, Jenny, who my son was with her son for a play date after school, but then she had to get called into work. So she said that she was dropping the boys off here, and they are here at your house.
No, don't drop my son off nowhere. You can drop him off to me.
Well, she was at work herself. So and she's like,
you can drop him off to my job. That's fine. Then they will see I have to go home.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where she's in finance, her husband's in finance. They do all these big deals and all this kind of stuff. So he's in one type and she's in another. But anyway, so the lady is like, no kids are here. And she was like, no, I mean, maybe I misunderstood something. So Leah's like, come on inside. Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
So she comes inside and she's looking around. She's like, yeah, she's right. There's no kids here, And then she's like, well, let me call Jenny. She calls the number that Jenny reached out to her to, through, and it's disconnected.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yep.
The caller
and she's
you
like,
have dialed.
wait a minute. Hold up. This is crazy. So now she's starting to panic a little bit. And she's like, okay, maybe I have something confused, but I'm reading the message and this is what it says. So then she calls another mom from the school who's in charge of like the mom list of names and numbers and all that.
The PTA
like, mom. My son Milo is with Jenny's son, let's say Tyler, whoever.
Let me guess. Who's Jenny?
No. So then what happens is that she's like, oh, wait, what now? And she's like, yeah, my son is with Jenny's son, Tyler. And, and she's like, no, Tyler's right in front of me playing. So I took Tyler today because Jenny couldn't work. And she was like, well, I'm going to need Jenny's number because Jenny coordinated the play date and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So then they're like, okay, here's her number. So that mom gives the number to her. She calls Jenny's number. This is a different number than the number. And that's what the lady said. Is it the same number? She said, no, it's a different number. So she called the different number. And she said, hey, Jenny. And Jenny's like, hey, how are you? And she was like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out where Milo is. And she was like, Milo? And yeah, it's hanging out with your son. But the such and such said your son's with No, I never coordinated that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Who was the original person?
Right. I don't have any clue what you're talking about. What number, what, did somebody call you and acted like they were me or text? And she said, no, it was pulled together through a text message.
But question, where did she drop her son off at?
He was at school, and after school, somebody was going to take them both to do a play date and then drop them off. But something came up, and then they were going to drop him off at this woman's house. And so
he got picked up from school.
He did get picked up from school.
Okay. So now it's like, who picked him up?
Who picked him up from school? Who had the permission to even pick him up from school? So then she's like, okay, now she's in full freak out mode.
Oh, absolutely.
So she calls her husband because the lady is like, well, maybe your husband picked him up. And she was like, my husband don't be picking up kids from school. It's going to be me or it's going to be the babysitter. Yeah. Can't be the babysitter because she's on vacation. Interestingly enough, her vacation started the day Milo went missing.
Oh, okay.
So then it's like, okay. So she calls her husband anyway, and her husband's like, wait, what's going on? Where? Okay, I'm coming home, So now he's frantically trying to get home. The lady ends up driving her to her house and is like...
Oh, because she's so hysterical?
Yeah, she was not there. I mean, she wasn't hysterical, but she was just like, her mind, you could tell it was just racing. Yeah. She was just like, wait, what's going on? What's happening? So she gets to the house. She's running frantically through the house. Milo, trying to figure out where her son is, because the lady was like, I'm sure somebody figured out that it's an issue, they made a mistake and they probably took him home. So he's probably there, but he was not there.
Yeah.
So then, of course, they have to call the cops because the husband comes in. He's frantic. He's like, no, the husband's brother lives in the house, like kind of the
pool house?
Yeah, the pool house. Yeah. So anyway, I was trying to think of the guy who was with OJ in the little side house or whatever. Yeah. But anyway.
Kalin.
Yes, Kato. I was like, it's a K. I can't think of his name. But anyway, so his brother is there and he's disabled. So she runs to the door of the brother and is like, hey, is Milo here? And the brother is like, no, he's not here at all. And he's disabled and probably should be in his wheelchair, but he tries to walk as much as he can with like a cane. So anyway, it's frantic. So they call the cops come, and then all the questions start that make it seem like not necessarily that it's anybody's fault, but like, oh, so it was all coordinated through a text? Mm-hmm. Like you never talked to anybody?
Yeah, but yeah.
How long have you known this other mother?
Correct.
Well, we just met maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's not...
Well...
That's
2 weeks ago in the bathroom. She was really nice and sweet, and we exchanged numbers. And, she just doesn't seem like the type of person who would do this. And they were like, okay. And they were like, well, where's your nanny? And she was like, I don't know. I've been trying to call her, and she's not answering. Mm-hmm. Now, her phone wasn't disconnected, but she just wasn't answering. And then what ends up happening is as they're talking and all these things, they really start pressing her about, so you just had somebody to take your son who
that you met in a bathroom a couple of weeks ago.
A few weeks ago.
And you thought she was a nice lady, so let me give her my son. Yeah. What? You
so
weirdo?
We'll talk to her. And then they said, okay, and then with like something, it had to do with a teacher, like Mr. Henderson or something. Mm-hmm. So it was like, well, what class is Jenny and your son in together or something? Are they in class together? Yes. Whose class? Mr. Henderson's. Because they're like 5. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like he's like in first grade, maybe kindergarten. I don't know. So anyway. So they're like, okay, all right. So they call Mr. Henderson. He's not answering. So now you're like, okay, is it the babysitter? Is Jenny a liar? Is it Mr. Henderson? Like, what is going on, right? Or is it even the mom? Because she's letting the kid go,
Yeah, just with a random stranger that you met in the bathroom.
Yeah. So what ends up happening after that, and this is all like first 10 minutes.
Of course, yeah. They got to hook you.
You got to hook, and I was hooked. And so then what ends up happening is they start down this path of, okay, who could it be? And every turn ends up being like, well, no, it's not them. And then it's like, oh, could it be? No, it can't
Who
be
could it be?
them. So what ends up happening too is that she ends up calling Jenny's number when like the detectives come. So you have the cops who come and then the detectives come. And that's where McConnelly or whatever his name was that I said, comes as one of the detectives.
The White Lotus dude?
Yeah, he's the husband.
Oh, that's the husband, the Hispanic dude.
The Hispanic guy, is the one from Dora the Explorer and all those other things. So anyway, so he comes in and he's asking his questions and she's like, well, I'll try to call my babysitter again. And this time she's sitting in a different room. So when she calls, she's recognizing the phone's ringing in the house.
Oh, the call's coming from in the house.
And so she looks underneath some pillows and she finds her phone and she's just like, what in the world? So by this time it's starting to get late into the evening. Who pulls up?
The babysitter.
The babysitter.
I left my phone here.
They run to her car and they're like, where is he? Where is he? And they're checking the trunk and they're like pushing her out the way and they're like, he's got.
And she's like, I have no idea what's happening.
Like,
I'm coming to get my phone.
What are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
Right. I only came back to get my phone. We're leaving tomorrow instead of today because he ended up having to work and then or something like that. And then I left my phone, so we're leaving tomorrow. And they're like, you ain't going nowhere because we got to find Milo. And she was just horrified. She's like, what are you talking about? So then it becomes this whole situation because who else shows up? Maybe not that same. Did she show up that same? I think she might have shown up either that same night or the next night. Jenny. So then it's like, because Jenny's husband is like, look, don't go over there. Don't be saying, I'm so sorry. Don't say this. Don't say that. Because any of that could be considered as guilt.
Yeah.
So and then also you didn't even do anything.
But then also it's like, are you sure that that's who you met in the bathroom, or did you meet a random stranger?
Yeah. Well, when Jenny showed up at her house, she ended up really giving her a hug, and she was just like, "Oh my God," because and the girl did end up saying she was like, "Oh my God," because that's Dakota Fanning's character. Yeah. She was just like, "I'm so sorry," and then what her husband told her not to say. But then also
the husband doesn't understand. It's like, I'm so sorry because I can only imagine what you're going through.
Right, exactly. And so she ends up, they embrace and then she brings her inside and it's basically like, hey, everybody, this is Jenny. This is my friend, Jenny. So then the people in there are like, really?
Yeah,
so
your friend.
Now the detective is like, okay, who knows certain things? Like at some point the detective asks a question, and this is in the trailer, where he's like, who would have known this about Milo? Who would have known that about Milo? Now that we know a little bit about what we know, how about this? How about that? And then the mom was like, the only people who would know are the people who are sitting in this room. Those are the only people who could have possibly known certain things about Milo. So then you start to think, one of the people in their close-knit group. So it was the mom, it was the dad, it was the babysitter. It's the brother who's got the disability. Yeah. Now, the sister had shown up, too. Okay. So the sister is a loose cannon.
Oh, okay.
She comes in the house, and she's like, where the F are the police? What is going on? And she's just like a hurricane. Yeah. Like, she comes in as a Tasmanian devil, and then her brother has to calm her down.
Yeah, that would probably be me coming into
and the then house. It's like, look.
Child.
Like, and then it could be you in regards to this one scene where, like, the photographers and all the people are trying to be around the mom and the dad, and there's this new story that came out about their wedding and how expensive it was and all the money that they had spent, and like they were just this extravagant rich family. And so should you really even be looking for this kid? Because it's probably somebody who is trying to extort money from them. So the kid will be fine. They'll pay the ransom and everything will be okay.
Yeah, that's a horrible thought to think
that
about
is what they were talking about with the story. And so they were like, so we got to keep a good profile. Yeah. And then the sister starts screaming and yelling at the camera people. And he was like, didn't we just say we needed to keep a quiet, low-key profile? And you're going and fussing at them.
I'd be like, all right, I'm gone.
And that's exactly what she did. I'm out. She was like, you're right. Okay, I'm just going to leave. And then he had to go over, the husband, and apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, my sister, she's just very emotional, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, but Jenny's always popping up, always, there to support and help and all that. So you're like, okay, Jenny, I don't know. Yeah. And then the nanny, you can tell she's holding back something. She's not being 100% truthful, but we watching know what it is. Okay. I'm not giving it away, but like everybody else doesn't know what it
Okay.
is. And so then you become like, well, why wouldn't she just say this?
Yeah, yeah. Why don't you
Why
just
wouldn't you
say
just say
this up?
this?
Yeah.
And
If
then
it's his,
eventually she has to, but she didn't at first.
so
And
now
then
she's categorized as you're withholding information.
a little
So
bit.
now we think that you possibly know where Milo is.
Exactly. And then you have the husband who gets this secret phone call who
Of
you're
course.
like, okay, is he having an affair or is it that he knows what's going on with
If
his
they're
son?
both in finance, how do we not know that they're moving around money for bad people?
Because he does say something to somebody over the phone like, what's your price? That's what he ends up saying to somebody. So you don't know if it's like, oh, the person he's having an affair with is like, look, you're all in the news, dude.
Yeah.
All I need to do is come forward now and make it sound like this is going on and that's going on and you weren't even happy and then you were trying to do something. Even if it couldn't have been true, wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter, yeah.
Or who is he paying off? Like, what is it? Is it an affair? Is it the blackmailers? Is it, because the other thing that the police said is like in the first 48 hours, we should have a ransom. If it's about money, we should hear something in the first 48 hours. So the wife all this time is like, we haven't gotten a call. We haven't gotten a call. We haven't gotten a call. That is terrible because that probably means he's sold into sex trafficking. And this is happening. And so she's going through this whole thing.
She's
and
going
the
down the
husband is
rabbit
like,
hole.
don't say that. Don't go there. Like, stop, you know, and then you have the husband though taking private phone calls.
Yeah.
So you're just like, and she's like, no, he would tell me if, you know, this was going on.
No, he wouldn't.
So then you're like, okay. So then you got the mom who was making some weird decisions to begin with to let him go with this other person and didn't even check the number to make sure it was Jenny's number. She just took that the signature saying Jenny was the person versus not realizing I saved Jenny's number in my phone, but this didn't say Jenny. This just came from a random phone, which they didn't later found was a burner phone.
Yeah.
So then you have that scenario. So there's so many moving parts. Did the sister of the husband have something to do with it? The sister, no, the wife's partner is all up in everything. And that's the guy from Insecure. So the two of them actually are partners in their finance business.
Okay.
However, he's had a gambling problem.
Oh.
So did he
now he's a
potentially
suspect.
have something to do with it based
Everybody's
on the fact
a
that
suspect.
he could have said, well, let me sell this child into sex trafficking
Yeah,
so to pay off my
pay off
debts.
my debt. Yeah, that's true.
It's so much.
Okay.
And it
I'm
is
with it.
so good. And when I tell you, there
Let me see how many
were,
episodes this is.
it's 8, I think.
8. Okay.
There were 3 or 4 scenes where my mouth dropped open.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm definitely have to watch this.
When I tell you,
That's when it's a good one because if I watch a movie and then I'm like, if I gasp, if I clutch my pearls,
yes, clutch the pearls.
if that happens, then I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta tell somebody about this.
Yes, because when I tell you, first of all, how I found out about it is that I'm at dinner with my girls, Angela and Adrian, last weekend. Shout out A&A. And so,
A&A.
and so they could not stop talking about it. And they were like, well, what about this? Well, what do you think about the husband? Well, the wife, blah, blah, blah. And that babysitter, da, 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 da. And I'm just hearing them say certain things. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But in my mind, mentally, I'm like, I don't want to hear la, 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 la.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing wife, babysitter, husband, old
Partner,
lady.
yeah.
Because that's the other part to it too. Is the old lady involved?
Oh, yeah, that's
that
true
she
that-
showed up at her
yeah.
house for a reason.
Yeah,
What's
it's
that
true,
reason?
yeah.
So all of these different moving parts, right? And so there were, I'm trying to think, 1 part, 2 parts, 3 or 4 parts where I was just like,
Oh wow. Okay.
oh my God, like that's diabolical.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is horrific. Oh my God, that's brilliant. Like, it's like so many different things that were going on that I was just like, what?
Yeah, you really
And then
into
you're just
it.
worried
Okay.
about little Milo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where
Do they ever
is
show
my-
Milo?
They show Milo throughout.
Okay.
So that's the thing too. We
We can see him.
can see and we know what's happening.
Oh.
They know, they do, and I didn't give this away, but they have a little inkling, they have an inkling. They know, put it this way, by the end of the first episode, I think, they know who picked up Milo from school.
Okay. Okay.
So that they know. Well,
Ooh, sorry.
where are they?
Yeah.
Where are they and why did they do it? That's the thing.
Okay.
And then it becomes this whole chase and goose chase and ransom, not ransom, who knows? Because the husband's not telling anybody anything. And it's just, every single piece had a part. And it was almost like there was nothing in this show that if it didn't need to be there, you wouldn't have seen it. That's the easiest way for me to describe it. Like, and it's not very many things that are like that. But for me, I was like, this is good. I almost could watch it again and just see if I missed some things. But it was, yeah, I don't even know what the rating was for it. But if people rated it terribly, that's on them.
That's on you, bro.
That's on you. Like, you just don't know good TV, because if you're gonna say that was not good, I can't do nothing for you, man. But yeah, so anyway, that's it. So it's all her fault is the name of it, and again, it's on Peacock.
All right.
So what you got, sis? Sorry, I felt like I went on and on.
No. It was good.
So good.
It was good. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the Jurassic World Rebirth.
Okay. Oh, movie.
Yeah, the movie. Mm-hmm. We can stop with the Jurassic Park movies.
I haven't seen one.
It is now like Saw or yeah, because it's like Fast and Furious or Saw.
Way too many.
Or what's the other one? What's the Purge? It's like those movies. It's like, we can just continue from something else. Leave the damn dinosaurs alone. Now, what's happening in this one.
Okay.
Is that they're going to extract. There is an area. All of the dinosaurs now can live closer to the equator. Everywhere else, they will die.
Okay.
So now this is the area that they're at. So now it's like, hey, we can go and find them and extract their DNA. Why?
Why? To make more dinosaurs? Yeah. Why would you want to do that?
I don't understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let me go. Yeah. Let me go over basically the information that I got for this. So I did watch this on, I think I did watch this on Peacock. Was it on Peacock? Yeah, I did watch this on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Let's go through the cast. So you have Scarlett Johansson, who plays Zora Bennett.
Okay.
You have Mahershala Ali, who plays Duncan Kincaid.
Okay.
You have Jonathan Bailey, and a lot of people know him from, he was the guy who was dancing on the table on Wicked. And he's also been in Bridgerton. Yes, okay. He's also the Bridgerton son, the one who was getting married to the Indian Pakistani.
Oh, yeah.
To him. You have Rupert Friend, who plays Martin Krebs, who's like he's just a butthole the whole movie.
Okay.
Because you always got to have the one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. You have Manuel Garcia Ruflo, who plays Ruben. Luna Blaze, who plays Teresa. Let me see. David I don't know his last name. Okay. But he plays Xavier. Audrina Miranda, who plays Isabel. Philippine Belje, who plays Nina. But this is just like everybody. Oh wait, and one more person. Bashir Sylvian, who plays Leclerc. Oh. He speaks French the whole time, so he doesn't he only speaks in French. So everybody talks to him in English, but he speaks to you in French. So like at one part, Mahershala Ali, his character, they call him Kincaid. His character is just like French this early in the morning, and then he's like, "Oh, oui, oui." Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh. But so what it is that you have Scarlett Johansson's character Zora, you have Mahershala Ali's character Kincaid. Who is it? What's the other guy? Oh, Philippine character Nina, and Bashir character Leclerc. They are actually people who were in the military together.
Oh, okay.
So Zora had to put a crew together because she was asked by a man named Martin Krebs. He, the one who I said was a butthole. Yeah. He's asked her like, "Hey, we have this whole operation that we have to do, and we need the best of the best. And we know that we can come to you, and you can put a team together for us." Okay. And so he's like, this is how much money I can give you. Are you down to do it? And she's like, that's a good amount of zeros, no problem.
Okay.
So then, then it's kind of cute how she does it, where they're going to now go talk to Mahershala Ali's character, Kincaid, and it's like, yeah, he's the one with the boat. So it's like, okay, so we have the boat guy, and they were like, yeah, we want to definitely get with you. We're going to give you this amount of money. And it was lowballed. And then it was the way that the Zora character ended up talking to the butthole guy to be like, well, I think that he deserves as many zeros as me if you really want to get this done. Because if not, we don't have a ship. So she's pushing for everybody to get as much money as she is. So she's not taking her money and having it spread out. It's like, no, you want me to put together a team, you're going to pay me and each individual person the same amount of money. Yes. But what they have to do is when she goes to meet the Dr. Henry Looms, who is the guy from Bridgerton, when she goes to meet him, he's like, okay, I never signed up to say that I'm willing to go with you all to go do this. I know how it needs to be done. I don't want to put people's lives in danger. I don't put my own life in danger. He was like, this is going to be an awesome thing to do if we can do it. And they're just like, okay. So Zora's just like, I could care less.
Yeah.
Like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're trying to go towards the equator because there are dinosaurs that are in the water that have now mated with another dinosaur that's in and out of the water, whatever that species would be called when they are
amphibious.
There you go. So you have those, and it's like they're working together and like mating and stuff like that. So the one that they're trying to track, they know where he's at. They're going to find him. But then these other dinosaurs are like, hold on, wait, we use each other so we can eat. So I'm going to need you to back up. So now it's like,
if you take him, then we might get eaten.
Yeah.
Versus being eaten.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, hey, the dinosaurs are like, bruh, this is our meal ticket.
That's the
so
point.
Y'all got to go.
Talking about it like they can think, it's just funny.
Like, this is our meal ticket. Y'all got to go. Like, you getting too close to him, so now we hit security. And now we got to mess up your ship. And we might have to mess you up if you get in our way.
Yeah. And if they're in the water, they can definitely mess up the ship. Now, how do you get off the island?
Yeah, exactly. How do you get anywhere? It's not you have to get to the island first because now you're in the middle of the water. Because you're at the equator.
Yeah.
So I have always thought this way about the Jurassic Parks. Great movies. Great how you put it all together. The production and everything is great. I'm tired of it, though, because it's the same storyline.
Well,
Case in point. All of the movies are the same. It's always an innocent family or innocent kid in it.
Yes.
That's always getting attacked or down. Yeah. And it will always be like where people love dinosaurs, so people want to go and see it. But then you put some top actors in it and a mediocre storyline. And now it's the number one box office hit.
Yeah, but you have to realize you're tired of it. Everybody isn't tired of it. Some people are dinosaur enthusiasts. Some people wish that they were around when there were dinosaurs.
I mean, I understand that, but it's the same storyline.
Because what I feel like,
that's the only thing. It's just the same storyline.
The last one that I saw may have been like number 2. Like, I just don't feel like all of
you
the
didn't see any of the Chris Pratt ones. Yeah,
nope, never saw.
Because you know why? Because it was the same story.
That's what I
It's
figured.
Little kids, and then it's like, oh, the little kid's trapped. We got.
This is what I feel like every one of them is. It's yes, a little kid is trapped. It's the family dynamic that you mentioned. It is that somebody's going to be stuck somewhere where a dinosaur is trying to find them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And listening out for them, and they accidentally make a loud noise, and then they have to hide in a different place, like they did in that kitchen one.
Yeah.
Where that's the one part I do remember.
Yeah, with the raptor with his toe. Every time it took a step, it was tapping his middle toe.
Exactly. Yeah. He was looking through the window.
Yeah, right. Oh, there's a moment like that.
Oh my God.
There's a little girl. She's hiding in the freezer, and I don't even know what it looked like, a raptor, but I couldn't tell if it was a raptor or not. But it was like came through, and she's hiding in like a freezer inside of a store. And he's looking through the window.
Yeah, is there one that's super cute that somebody is like, oh, I want to take this one, huh?
Yeah, that's a little girl, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you could have that. And then you have, where it's going to absolutely chase and follow a vehicle.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
100%. Like
it's
some
gonna
vehicle, and it's going to be whether or not it can actually outrun it.
Helicopters flying out of the sky because the dinosaur grabs it. And it's like a Godzilla type thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So the exact same story line.
Love it.
Like the plot is always the same. The difference is what we're doing. Are we now, we have this park. So it started off with, we made this park.
Yes.
And then it's, okay, now the park is out of hand.
Well, now the park is going to be 100% safe.
Oh, yeah, 100% safe. Now
it's out of hand.
Now the park is out of hand, and we thought that it was supposed to be done, but it's still going on. So now we have to go to the park and figure out what's happening. Then it's, now we've gotten it to where we can build around them. And this island this place where we originally made them, we've made that their island. But we have people that are there strategically to work around these dinosaurs. And then it's
keep track of them, make sure they stay.
Then it's like, I got a guy who can train dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh.
He treats them like they're his pet. But I will tell you, the one dinosaur that is in every movie is that same dinosaur from the first one, where you see it and it's look all small and cute, and then the things pop out from its neck. It's like, that dinosaur is in every one of the movies.
I love it.
Every single one of them.
Nice, it's so sweet.
Yeah, and then
it's like, I'm gonna keep
yeah. So that is it. But I'm just like, okay, so now we still have dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Are the dinosaurs ever going to go back to being extinct?
I doubt it. Not as long as they're going to be box office hits.
I mean, but that would be
would have to be the last.
That would be a great finale. Is people fighting over? No, I want to keep the dinosaurs. No, I want to kill the dinosaurs.
Like it's aliens or it's anything else. It's like, do we want to keep it?
Yeah.
Are we going to be nice to the aliens, or are we going to be mean to the aliens and try to burn them all?
Like if you want to have a nice dinosaur just to have to look at, those little tiny ones that are running around, get those. Get the tiny dinosaurs.
The little ones that
don't make
no bigger than an iguana.
The last one, they made a T-Rex that was bigger than a T-Rex. It was a metamorphosized T-Rex that was better and bigger and faster and stronger than a regular T-Rex.
Oh wow. I didn't know.
Like an Allosaurus or something like that. It's like a T-Rex on steroids.
Like how they have that whale that's bigger than the other. Was it Mega?
Yeah.
Like, so they have the extra supersized version.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not that much bigger, but it's like so much stronger, so much faster. Its eyes are better because the other dinosaurs, as long as you're quiet and still, they can't see you. No, this new dinosaur they made in the lab can see and smell and hear and everything.
Lovely, wonderful. And then when they're mating with each other and starting
now you're making a whole nother breed.
Nobody knows what that's going to do.
Please don't let nobody be out here making no dinosaurs. If you want to make a dinosaur,
it all started from that freaking mosquito.
From a mosquito and the ember, and that was it.
Yeah.
And now but anyway, now let's track down a dinosaur and get his DNA.
Ridiculous.
Why?
Stupidity.
But I just don't understand where is this going? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm tired of if they need to change the storyline to something else. Maybe
what else could it be?
Make it a happy one.
Where the dinosaurs and the people coexist.
Yes, well, we have that. It's kind of like that in this one, but the only thing is now you just have, it's all the herbivore dinosaurs are like in California. But they're like the herbivore, the ones that have like the long necks or whatever and the long tails. Mm-hmm. They're just going around, but they're not close to the equator. So what happens? Now they just drop dead in the middle of the highway.
Oh, geez.
Pacific Coast Highway shut down. Why? Because a dinosaur died on it.
Died because it got too cold.
It was too cold, too something. I don't know.
Well, too far away from the equator.
Yeah.
From Ecuador.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. But yeah.
On the equator in Ecuador.
Yes.
You can put an egg down and it will stand up straight.
Yes, I do know that.
Fall over one way or the other, which is kind of cool.
Well, I mean, I think it's the gravitational pull.
It's the gravitational pull in all directions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have the line and everything.
Yeah.
So
and then they show you how on one side of the equator you drop water and like a leaf in it and it swirls one way, and then you go on the other side of the equator and it swirls the other way. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Science. It's cool. But, I think if you have seen the other movies, if you just want the action.
Okay.
If you're in there I love dinosaurs and I want to see the action of dinosaurs pulling helicopters out, throwing cars and blah, 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 blah. Okay, absolutely, this is a movie for you. If you're really trying to figure out why are they doing this for this dinosaur, you're going to be pissed. Because you're like, so you're doing the exact same thing. Over and over again. Let's extract DNA. Let's extract DNA. Let's extract DNA. It's not getting you nowhere, but into trouble.
Yeah. over and over
Yeah.
and over again. And I think people would learn lessons, but they do not.
They don't. So if you've seen one, you've seen them all. They extract the DNA. A kid or a family is in distress, and they got to figure out a way to get away from it. There's always going to be some kind of flame. I don't know if it's going to be a flare, or if it's going to be a big, fire that they're holding back and forth in order to get the dinosaur's attention, to get it away from something. That's in every freaking movie. It's always the same things. I need newer stuff. Let me look at it and be like, oh man, that's dope. I would have never even thought of that.
That's
Don't
not
make
happening.
it's the same thing. So watch it or no. That's how I see it. If you down for the dinosaurs and you think that this is cool, watch Jurassic Rebirth, because now they're bringing the dinosaurs back yet again.
Wow.
So yeah, that's all I had. Action great, storyline the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you have next, sis?
So I have My Father the BTK Killer.
Oh yeah, you did tell me.
And
Talk about that.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. So on the Netflix. So we've gotten away from the Peacock. So this is the story of BTK's daughter. And so
What's BTK?
So it stood for bondage, torture, kill. So the father, it's a story. Okay, let me start from the beginning.
Yeah,
So
give me the John Wayne Gacy of it.
yeah, exactly. So this guy, he look, I'm trying to go back now and remember what his name was. But he basically had decided, you know what? I'm kind of bored.
Mm-hmm.
I had a job that was, he was working like as the dog catcher. Like he had like a little uniform on and stuff, but he was basically the dog checker.
Do the dog catcher.
So yeah, so basically what it was is that he would go around, and Dennis Rader, that's his name. And so he would go ahead, and everybody knew him, nice guy. He would go through and get the dogs, wrangle them up, but he also was very active in the Mormon church. He would be like the deacon.
Why is it always the Mormons, man?
I don't know. But he ended up being like a deacon. He would hold different kind of workshops and things like that, preach sometimes, I think, whatever. So anyway, just this upstanding citizen. And so this documentary really is by his daughter, and her name is Carrie. And so what she is doing, excuse me, is she is sharing her insights into being the daughter. It kind of reminded me of Happy Face.
Okay,
How the daughter, like it was a
daughter,
reenactment, but but this is the true daughter. And so she was like, look, when I grew up, everything was kind of normal in my childhood. Even my friends who would come and stay, everybody said, everything seemed to be normal once we knew he was a killer. What ended up happening was he said after he lost his job, I guess he felt like he was like flailing a little bit, and he had to create some level of excitement.
So he created murder. Awesome.
So he started basically tracking down. I mean, he killed women, he killed kids, he killed everybody. But they say that it's about 7 murders that they can potentially put on him. However, he doesn't. He fessed up to pretty much everything, and then one murder they didn't even know about, and he told them about, and he would stalk people, or he would just go on a whim. Like one poor situation is that he happened to bump into, the way that the story went is a young boy, mom sent him, he was like 6, and she sent him to the store on the way back.
What time period is this?
This is all in like the 70s.
Okay.
So she sent him to the store. And he's like I said, 6'9", somewhere around there. He, on the way back, a man comes up to him and starts talking to him. I would think stranger danger, even in the 70s.
But did they say that in the 70s?
I don't know. I don't have.
You were around in the 70s.
I know I was, but I was I was born in the 70s, so it doesn't mean that I remember exactly how people were acting. And
No, I'm saying like when you were little, did you learn that like stranger, like don't
I
speak, don't
feel
talk to
like
strangers?
we grew up on a farm. Who were the strangers that I was going to see? So I mean,
I mean,
I
no,
don't
I
think
didn't know.
that
Like,
I heard
no, I'm saying
it,
like in
but
school because that's when they were teaching it to us. Was
I
in
don't
school.
remember it being something that
It's like
they
with
talked
Smokey the
about
Bear
in
and the
school.
Dare.
I do remember Smokey the Bear for sure, but
Okay,
I
so
mean, it's
nothing like
possible.
that.
We were doing nuclear drills, like jumping underneath desks.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff like
that's
that
right.
back
Oh
then.
wow, you were doing the boomer drills.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, not all the time. Like we
But
did
no,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like in kindergarten or
But
something.
how
like that.
how
But yeah.
drastic of a change is that? That I didn't have that. Like
Yeah.
we had the lockdown. We had the lockdown ones. It's
No,
like
see-
active shooter.
see, and
After
I was-
Columbine, it was like, no,
Yeah.
we have to do a lockdown. This is where you got to hide in the room and stuff like
No,
that.
we didn't have
How
that.
the American schools change? They
I know,
probably, like,
right? Now the poor kids always have lockdowns that they're doing and
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. So
what happened to just good old fire drills? Man.
well, funny that you should say that as we are going down a whole other rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But I actually went to a different county, like hours and hours away for something. And I turned on the wrong road because I was trying to follow the GPS, but I thought it said to turn in one spot. It didn't. It was like, no, go to the next one. So I was going to make a U-turn, and I made a U-turn near a school parking lot. They were doing a fire drill, high school students.
Okay. Oh, good,
Yep.
good.
And
they still
so,
do
and the
fire
reason
drills.
is I could see they were all standing out there, and it was funny because it seemed like they were all standing like in a straight line, like you
Oh,
would have
yeah,
to do
yeah,
when
yeah.
you were in
But-
school.
yeah, but
you had
that-
to walk in a line, and then somebody had to like account for you.
every kid, yeah.
And then they were just standing there, and then I heard the bell ring, and then I
Now
saw
walk back in.
not even all of them together. One line walked in.
Oh,
then
that
another
school
line
was
walked
very
in,
put together.
Then another, yeah. So they were like walking in calmly, and then I guess they came out. They were already outside. when
But
I
yeah,
came.
but that's put together very good. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So, because I saw some kids were still standing there. I was
For
like,
it to be
hey,
high
go
school-
on, go on in. But
to be
yeah.
high school. I think they would only have that for elementary
No,
school.
but
kids
it was,
and
it was, I mean, it's like in a country area, so it could just be, hey, these are just some nice young churns
Yeah.
who are, following the rules of the teachers.
true.
And plus, I mean, if this is how you grew up your whole life doing
Yeah,
fire drills
yeah,
this
then
way,
that's
you're not
what
going
you
to
know. Yeah.
challenge it when you're in high school.
Yeah.
So anyway, but
So
yeah.
many drills.
All right, back to BTK.
Yeah,
How
sorry.
do we get down this rabbit
So,
hole? But anyway.
because we do this.
We do this. So, so his daughter Carrie just kind of starts off the conversation of, look, he was a normal, typical dad. The only time now looking back that I would have had any inkling that something weird was going on was occasionally dad would get like super ticked off when certain things didn't go his way. Where he would like yell at her mom or be really mad at her or whatever. But she was like, but those were so few and far between. I never would have thought he was a murderer. And I'm pretty sure my mom never knew as well. So what it is that he would go out. Oh, I was telling the story of the little boy. That's how we got into the whole downward spiral of talking about schools and stuff. So he was 6 or 9. He's coming home. The guy approaches him. Somehow he convinced the boy to let him come into the house to check on his mom or something like that. Next thing you know, he basically is torturing the mother. The kids are put into like a closet while he's torturing the mom. So the boy now, and they talk to him as an adult.
Oh, God,
And
he
he's
tells
like-
everything that happened?
And he is hearing what's going on. The kids know something is happening. And maybe it was in the bathroom because they went out the window.
Okay.
And then they went to go get help. And by the time they got the help to
He was
come,
gone.
he was gone and she was dead. So now he's living his whole life with the fact that I brought somebody into our house that killed my mom.
Oh, God. Yeah, but yeah, he was a kid. He, didn't
He was a
know.
kid,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. But when it came time for him to confront BTK because of the fact that they found him and did all of the stuff, he was just he was just beside himself. Like he said everything he could say, but he was just so like I don't even have any words basically. So it was really sad. So the daughter. She ended up just basically, it's
And then all the
weird.
rest of the children was he the oldest?
Yes,
6-year-old? Okay.
yeah, of his house.
Okay. That's what
And so the interesting thing about the daughter is I was trying to understand her because she's doing this Netflix documentary about her dad. But something, the psychology major in me was picking up
Like she's doing the same
that
thing?
she needed some attention.
Oh, yeah.
That this was why she was doing it, in like a little smirk when there really shouldn't have been a smirk. Like,
so she's probably following her father's footsteps.
I don't know if she's following her father's footsteps as much as I think that it is something that it's broken her to the point that she can't tell the difference between what I should be saying and what I shouldn't be saying. Because, like, for example, she said, oh, yeah, I didn't know Dad had killed the neighbor and put her in the back of our station wagon and drove her somewhere and then, buried her or whatever. Because when he handed it to me, like the station wagon, I was like, when I confronted him in jail, I was like, Dad, why did you give me the station wagon that you killed Miss Such and Such in? And I'm just sitting there like, there's something wrong with you. Like, I get what you're saying, but how you're saying it and the disassociation from some stuff, or how
she knew. She knew. It's maybe it's like the happy face killer. She knew. She ain't saying nothing. I think that's what it is. She's jacked up in her head too.
Maybe.
But they're gonna be in 20 years. It's gonna be a maybe wait. It was the 70s. So in 50 years, there's gonna be a documentary about her.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like some of it just felt like it was attention. Like, I'm doing this whole documentary so that way you all can feel a level of sympathy for me, because I am the daughter of this person, which she's like, and then people treated me horrible and everybody was just so negative and so mean to me. But she's like, but it wasn't my fault. I didn't know my dad was doing this. So therefore, like, why are you blaming me? I was just a kid. Because I think she was still like, she might have been, she went to college.
Oh, she was in college.
She was in college when they figured it out. So what happened was he called himself BTK because of the fact that he thought he was the smartest person ever. I think after he got away with the first murder and they couldn't figure out what happened or what was going on, and DNA was not even a thing, and all this kind of stuff, he was just like, oh, I'm brilliant. So what he would do is taunt them. He, I think, was one of the first ones that would send letters to the police and just be like,
Zodiac killer.
Yeah. So he was just like, yeah. So in other words, like, and he said, and y'all are calling me the wrong thing. You need to call me BTK. So going forward, I need the news, to start calling me BTK because I bond, I torture, and I kill. And, this and that. And he just was very, very arrogant. Extremely arrogant in his ways.
Okay.
And then made the mistake of one day, and I mean, none of this is, that's why I can say the whole thing, because none of it's like not known, because
this is a documentary.
From forever. But basically, he uses the Mormon Church's library to send them a disc of some different things or whatever. I don't know if it was information, pictures, trophies, I can't remember. And he was like, now y'all aren't going to lie to me and tell me you could track this disc, right? Like y'all, if I'm sending this to y'all, you can't really tell where it came from, right? And they're like, oh no, absolutely not. Please send it. And they immediately took it to forensics. And they were like, oh, it came from this Mormon church. And it actually came with a login of the guy who is, this guy.
Because he didn't understand how technology worked.
Right. So had he continued to write, because this went on for like 20 years.
If you're writing letters and you can just drop it into 70s. Any. But then also, I feel like isn't there a tracking number that you can track an area that these letters are being mailed from?
Say that again?
Like if I drop a letter in a mailbox over in this side of town, they'll be able to tell. Yeah. So was he just dropping it around in different places?
Yeah, that's how he was doing it. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's when you need the people with the string and the pins on the map to be like, okay, well, he's dropped it off here. He's dropped it off here. Now we got a radius.
Yeah, what's in the radius? But I don't even know if they were doing all of that back then. But yeah, so it started in the 1970s, 74. He ended up not getting caught until 2005.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's
But he did 7 within that amount of time.
Well, and then they said on here, I'm looking at it online, they're saying that there's at least 10 murders that they're saying between 74 and 91, and then he went silent for over a decade.
And
then in 2004, he, like, when they were like, oh, this guy's probably in prison, he's dead, you know, something's going on, and that's when he got cocky, and he was like, oh, I ain't dead.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm just not doing it.
Was it that, or was it that he was now training his daughter?
I don't know.
Like,
no, well, she was off at college, so I don't know.
But no, but now, if she was born in like the 70s, right?
Yeah,
so she could have graduated and moved back home, and he's like,
I don't
okay.
know when she was born. Yeah,
You know what I'm
it
saying?
says here. Yeah, it says Raider sent a floppy disk to KAKE-TV, towing them with the police about whether or not the disc, you know, could even be traced. Like, are y'all sure this can't be traced? Whatever. And the law officials, you know, said, of course not. And then lo and behold, they misled him so that they could, you know, get the digital forensics and be able to arrest him. Now, the other thing, because that was like still a little circumstantial, but what they were able to really figure out and get the arrest warrant, because the daughter went to a certain school. In her college, they said, oh, if a person goes to this college, they have to do certain immunizations and things like that. So you might have to go ahead and get your, you know, meningitis tests and da-da-da-da-da, right? And so they said, I wonder if she went for anything else, like birth control, a pap smear, you know, anything in regards to a cold or something where they would have swabbed her or anything like that. And lo and behold, as DNA evidence became available, they now, although they knew they could do DNA, I think in the 80s.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was 86.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But they didn't have anything to compare it to. So they went to the school and got a court order to pull the daughter. Once they realized he was the one who sent the floppy disk, they pulled the court order to be able to look at her DNA from her pap smear. And that's how they caught him. Because they said it's 100% that this person is the daughter of the BTK killer.
That's crazy.
And so when they pulled him in, he's like, well, can y'all just tell my wife I'm not going to make it home for lunch? That was his response. So then the daughter's coming home from school. She's talking to her mom. Her mom is freaking out. She's like, I had no idea. And everybody's like, but did you or did you not? And lo and behold, he had a kill kit inside the house in the coat closet. So, like, with all the bondage stuff and a knife and, you know, all this stuff was just, like, in a bag at the top of the closet. And they're like, really, chick? Like, lady, you wouldn't have known that this was even here, like, cleaning or doing anything?
But you know what? I wouldn't have known because you have a closet right here. Yeah. And the whole time living with you, I've never went through the closet to see what you have in here.
Yeah, that's true. But it's not like that. It's a coat closet is a little bit different than I think like a closet.
I don't know. I mean, it's just like your husband just stuck some stuff in the top of the closet and you went to pull on it. It's heavy. It's like, honey, what's in there? Oh, my gun cleaning kit. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
And you never know. Yeah. I mean, especially the dynamics of the family and the Mormon and all of that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. So even if she did know, she wasn't going to say anything. So
I mean, no, I'm just saying that she could just be like, he said, this is what it is. It's what it is. I'm not going to go look. I'm not going to be nosy. Like, that's what it is.
He's the head of the house.
Yeah. So then they talked to her later and they said, well, did you ever have any inkling of anything with your husband at all? And she was like, no. And then she stopped. And they were like, what? And she said, well, the only thing I can remember is at one point they were reading one of BTK's letters on TV. Mm-hmm. And she said that she turned to her husband and said, that person writes like you.
Ugh.
And he didn't really say anything, but like their marriage started to fall apart
after that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm surprised you didn't BTK her.
I know, right? But I guess he was like, I guess I love this one.
Yeah.
Or it's if he could love. I don't know. Maybe he was just like, it's going to torture my daughter too much, so let me not do that. But anyway, so they end up catching him, and when they were interrogating him, he was pretty much like, I don't know what y'all are talking about, blah, blah, blah. And then when they said, well, you know how we got you here? We looked at your daughter's DNA and matched it with yours, and it's pretty much 100% matched. The BTK killer is the father of that girl. And he was like, oh. And then he knew it was over, and he spilled everything. I would have just talked and just nonchalant, like, and then so when I killed the kid, what happened was, and he just like was talking and they were just taking all the notes and like dumbfounded that he was, and then sharing, like I said, another murder that they thought was just a random murder, and then come to find out it was him, where he just, in that period where they thought he was quiet, he just randomly killed somebody just because.
But he was getting older, so he couldn't put as much work into it.
I don't know. So anyway, it is
And he had to work because he was putting his daughter through college. So.
Yeah, it was interesting to just listen to the daughter's perspective, listen to the detective. They had every detective who worked on it as a part of the documentary. They never talked to him, which I don't even remember if he's still with us or if he is just, in prison, was like, no, I'm not doing it. I can't remember how the end of it said. I think he's still alive, but I don't think he's, I can look it up. But anyway, and so long story short, it was an interesting documentary, but again, the daughter gave me a weird feeling. And then the documentary itself, just the nature of it is just, of course, very terrible. But I would say it's a watch it or not. Depends. If you feel like you kind of know enough about it just from what I've shared or what you knew from when it happened. Because
I've never heard of him before.
Arrested.
But also, I'm not a serial killer
aficionado like some people.
Eleanor definitely is. Shout out to Gam Gam.
So she probably is very familiar.
She definitely knows all of that information. Why? I don't know. But hey, I know that if there's a serial killer around Richmond, Virginia. Remember when there was a serial killer that they thought was a serial killer around Richmond?
Yeah.
Like earlier this year?
Oh.
Eleanor,
Eleanor. Because people were getting found in ponds and all that.
Eleanor was like, no, one, it's too spaced out. Two, blah, 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 blah. And then blah, 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 blah. And then blah, blah, blah. And I was like... Is it you? Are you the serial killer? She was like, no. She was like, I'm just morbid like that.
Yeah. So it says here he is still alive. He's serving 10 consecutive life sentences for the 10 deaths. He's incarcerated in Kansas. He is 80 years old now. He is in a wheelchair as his health is declining, and he had a 30-year killing spree in Wichita, Kansas.
I feel like if you are a serial killer or a bondage, torture, kill person, and you have now said, yes, I actually did this, your prison sentence should be everything that's happened to you. We're just going to pop up and let some of the things happen. Well, we're not going to let you die.
You did to other people.
Yeah. We're not going to let you die.
Well, we're going to be, and I said bondage, but it was bind.
Bind, okay.
But I said bondage. But yeah, so we're going to have people bind you up.
Yeah.
We're going to have people torture you.
But
they're just not going to kill you.
But I would be like, we're going to have people bind you up, but we're not going to tell you when they're going to unbind you. And then we're going to have people torture you, but we're not going to tell you when they're going to torture you.
He'd probably get his rocks off on that.
I don't know.
You never know with some of these people. It's just like,
he might just be like, you didn't do that right. I had to.
Yeah, exactly. You were supposed to do this to me.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, he might like it, or he might just scream like a little girl.
Yeah, you never know.
But I feel like that should be the corporal punishment of it all. Take away the death penalty. Just go ahead and let people suffer like the people that you actually hurt.
That you actually did something to. Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, you let them bleed out? Dialysis machine, please. We're going to cut you a bunch, but we're just going to keep recycling your blood.
Recycling your blood, put it back in,
Yep.
and then, let's get it off the floor.
Yeah. Be like, hey, all right, man, we'll see you tomorrow after lunch.
Oh, my God.
Back into your cell. I mean, if that was something that happened, we would have less serial killers.
100%.
We would have less serial killers.
Well, and that's why other countries have less too. When you got to think of like flogging and all of that kind of stuff that happens in other countries.
There was a movie where it was the young girls who were in another country and something had happened and they were in like a Filipino prison or something like that. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was like white girls and they were just like, we're sleeping on dirt with this happening and they're throwing cold water on us and they're beating us. And it's like, yeah, that's how they do it in other countries. You're not in the United States.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't get no cable TV. Yeah.
Exactly. Even though it might not feel like it, but it is.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Well, I mean, in a way, because then you might have more dangerous people you're in there with too.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
that. Yeah. So anyway, so I think that might be it for today.
All right.
Because we are at 58 minutes of talking.
Well, I could talk about something really quick. Okay. So I want to talk about really quick this book that I've read.
Okay.
It's called What Happened to You.
Okay.
This is Dr. Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey. They wrote a book together, and it's about trauma and how it affects your body. So, so the book is about it affects your body and your brain and your nervous system and how that actually works. It talks about how PTSD and how that works with your central nervous system, and it actually breaks down how your your, what is it, the whatever it is from your spinal cord up to your brain. It's like a triangle. So if you
The
go from
hypothalamus?
whatever
No.
that is, yeah, it's like a triangle of things. So it's like each triangle, and it actually gives you a PDF file so you can see exactly what they're talking
wow.
about when they're talking about it. But it gives you like information about like, okay, this part. Well, before, so your brain's up here, but at the first part from your central nervous system,
Is
this is what these feelings, and then it goes up a step, and it's like these feelings, and then it goes here, these feelings. So they were talking about PTSD is you're seeing something that has happened, or you hear something or a smell or something like that. And that initial part of your central nervous system,
The medulla? Is
what
that it?
it's
Oblongata?
that I don't know. No, it's a breakdown of that area.
Oh, okay, but I was just saying,
yeah.
like, that's at the base of you have the,
Yeah. So from
vertebrae, medulla, and your midbrain. all
So
that stuff.
so in the medulla oblongata is 3 parts.
Okay.
That is the rationality. It's like fear, rationality, and then like emotions and things. So it's different parts. So they talk about this one. Let's talk about. There is a man who, because they always talk about how PTSD is military, but then they give an example of the difference between PTSD, how you understand PTSD. So they talk about a man from the military, and then they talk a little boy who has a father who has an alcohol problem, his mother has died, and all this other stuff. So they talk about the differences. It was like the same thing is happening, but you were calling it something different.
Yeah.
PTSD is not just the military, but the guy in the military, he was out on a date with his girlfriend of like 7 years. And then a car backfired, and he is on the ground, nice suit and everything. He's scrambling. He's like, in my head, I am in Vietnam.
Yeah, you're in
and he's crawling underneath cars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's messed up all of his clothes, and his girlfriend is like, "Come on,
is
like,
happening?
come
Yeah.
on, like, come, like, it's everything's okay." She's like, she's seen him similar to like that before. She was like, everything's okay. Come on, talk to me, like, and he like hit her and was getting her away because in his head he's in the
there.
bush in
Yeah,
Vietnam.
he was not here.
He was not here, present at all. And they were talking about how those 3 parts of your brain, that sound actually triggered the bottom part of his brain, where it's like the rationale part is at the top. The beginning is just like a frantic.
Yeah, fight or flight.
Yeah.
almost.
So it's a fight or flight. That's actually what this is. So it's a fight or flight, but you had the thought process goes through those 3, and at the 3rd level, then it's like, oh, I'm not there. I can visually see that I am in California or whatever, and I'm not in
underneath the
Vietnam.
car. Yeah.
But the initial, if you've had so much trauma and you can't control that, the initial is that bottom part, that's flight or fright.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it never even got up. So by the time he got out of it, that's when his brain actually, when all of the emotions got to the top part of his brain, that was like, oh wait, I'm not here anymore. I'm actually somewhere else. But it is a really great book. I just want everybody to check it out.
It reminds me of my psychology classes.
Yeah.
Like
This guy, Dr. Perry, he's a really great doctor when it comes to trauma and everything. He's like the bomb. Like everything that I've heard, like learned from him has been amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check that out. It's called "What Happened to You," and their whole meaning of the book is that you can't look at somebody and be like, oh my God, what's wrong with them? It's no, oh my God, what's happened to them
Have
to
some
make them,
empathy.
what happened to them to now have this as that person.
As that result.
Yes.
Yeah. And then like even Ed Gein.
Yeah, even again, yeah,
So
true,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
look, what happened to him to make
Yeah.
him the monster that he
Correct,
was
yeah.
versus what's wrong with him.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, very good
I
book.
like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Sestra.
Yeah, thank you.
So that is it this week for
Sestra-Tainment.
Everybody have a wonderful week. Hopefully everybody had a great turkey day. And we will see you again next time.
Bye.